Hey, hey, happy day. A former Liberal politician was locked up in a mental institution. He had a lot of mental health issues. Maybe he wasn't that dumb, though. He still continued every day to show his true colors because he was a bully. In addition to being a bully, mindless or not, he thought, hey, I was mindless when I was a Liberal senator. I can continue to be mindless. Oh, I'm drifting back to the point. He used to walk around with a wheelbarrow upside down. One day, a former reporter stopped him and said, how come it's upside down? What are you doing? The former Liberal man looked at him and said, I used to put it the other way, but they just kept putting bricks in it and dirt and stuff like that. Goes to talk a lot about, good grammar, about liberalization. Hey, of the nation, these guys are upside down. They're totally screwed up and messed up. And what are you going to do about that? Let me share some Canadian stuff with you that's in keeping with mental health, because I think all the people that are leading the country have a serious dose of that. You know, there's John Horgan in British Columbia. The law says he cannot call an election for at least another year. There's set dates, right? And he called one anyway, and he says, hey, so what? I can do it if I want to. There's a chance now that I will win, and I have a minority government. I don't want to wait to get fired. I want to just go out and get hired. And I've been giving money away to everybody. This COVID is kind of like somebody dropped it down from heaven, right? And I'm going to go do this. Now the Liberal Party, which is a funny name. I mean, because a lot of conservatives are in that party, they're under that umbrella, I would suggest that half and half is underneath that big umbrella. It's kind of half blue and half red, because that's the province. They don't have an official conservative party. In any event, that party now has to go out and be undemocratic and appoint people to run in the ridings, because there's no time. It's a month. The call for an election is 1 month. There's no time to hold nomination meetings or anything else. I mean, talk about being caught with your something down. Hey, you know, the left, they're just crazy people. The Liberals in Canada now, apparently, according to the CBC and other press people in Canada, they say this: the Liberal may use coming throne speech to signal a tilt to the left. Really? How much further left could you possibly tilt? I mean, any more tilt, you got to unplug the machine. I mean, come on already. These people are goofy. They're left. And in keeping with that, the Liberals now in government in Canada, they plan to spend $1 billion over the course of the next couple of months. They're going to take that billion, and we all know it won't be enough, right? They do math different than we do. They're going to give that money to cities and towns and say, go buy property for people who may. It's coming, who may become homeless. Who do you determine who may become homeless? There's laws in place already because of COVID and so on. You can't evict anybody. Nobody has to pay rent anymore. But it does say that to keep people from becoming homeless, we're going to give you $1 billion. All your governments, towns, cities, etc., go out and buy places, buy motels, knock free enterprise off the map. Who would care about that anyway? It's all part of the master plan. Federal government now is also buying into the electric car business. They're putting up $500 million, $500 million, just to keep jobs in Ontario. Whatever happened to Alberta, Saskatchewan, all these other places, they don't care about the West. Not at all. But they're saying, hey, Ontario, you guys got issues. We're going to put up $500 million in Oakville. You guys go out now and figure it out. You're going to spend a couple of billion. Give us a call. When you run out of money, we're happy to talk. And then you have CBC. The CBC stands for, I guess it's Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, but I think that's code for Communist Broadcasting Corporation. They lose a couple of $1 billion a year. They've been around for, I don't know, 50 or 60 years. Do that multiplication. And you got zillions of dollars, trillions for sure, right? They lose it. And they don't provide a really good service, but now they're saying we're going to compete with all the free enterprise people that are out there. We're going to compete more. We were going to now create a corporate content production department. That's just wrong. I mean, their mandate is this: they have they're supposed to inform, enlighten, and entertain people in Canada that don't have services for, other media outlets. Well, first, it's not very entertaining to lose a couple of $1 billion a year. I'm not entertained, are you? And then the Trudeau government, the prime mistake, they're giving $221 million now to black entrepreneurs. I talked about this last week, and the number I had was considerably less, but now the press is talking about 221. Whatever it is, if it's $5, it's too much, right? Because all you're doing is you're creating a new form of discrimination that further divides us. We're all Canadians. Make that money available to everybody. It shouldn't be available to one group of people because of their color. What if I go out and hang out in the sun and get tanned a little bit and go say I'm an Indian, I'm part black, whatever? I mean, everyone will be doing that. You're bringing the worst out in people by trying to socialize a nation, it doesn't work. Racism, you know what, it's an interesting topic. It truly is. The government treats me bad because of my color, because I've been white a long time, you know, but I don't know. They're always, I don't know, blacks always say they're discriminated against, you know, and race card is always an issue. If I lived in Detroit, for instance, as a white guy, and everybody treated me badly and I was only white-faced in the whole neighborhood, I don't think I'd write a book. I don't think I'd get assigned. I think I'd move. I think I'd go somewhere where there's white folk who maybe like me. I don't know. Or maybe the black people don't like me because I'm not likable. Maybe it's going to have to do with my color, but this thing kind of goes on. And what is the problem? The Wexit Party of Canada now has renamed itself the Maverick Party. The party's board told the leadership that they wanted a new name. I guess that's okay. I mean, the new name has gotten a lot of mixed reviews, and Maverick is an interesting term. It sounds a little cowboyish, kind of sounds like a cow, but a maverick is something that does something different. And I think that's kind of good, but let me give you the real history, because I know stuff. Sam Maverick, he was born in 1803 in Texas. He is the source of the term maverick, which was first cited in 1867. It means independently minded, but more than that, he went out and had a lot of cattle, and he was too lazy to brand them. And he said, I will never brand a cow, ever. So every cow that didn't have a brand on it was considered to be a maverick, which was considered to be his, and he was independently minded, which meant, try to take one of his cows and put your own brand on it, he'd shoot you. Hey, I'll come back here tomorrow, moo.